for those who missed it, again, Eric teed it up. You had Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp. He has a platform, a podcast platform on the internet, where he simply has created an environment that his guests can come and speak their truth openly and honestly. He's only asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and again, he would interject from an inquisitive perspective of, wait a minute, did you feel like this? Were you wrong there?
Right.
Were you right? And so that just stoked the richness of a conversation.
Right.
Also, Shannon Sharp, because of his background and his skill in interviewing, his skill in facilitating conversation, the pitch, tone, volume, and language of a guest does not offend him. So that's important to know, because ego is set outside.
Right.
Eric, when we have these diversity conversations with our clients or individuals, because we're not offended or ashamed or threatened by volume, pitch, tone, we or perspective, we can receive it. And that's the platform that Shannon Sharp created in receiving it. And so there were previous guests, other comedians who had shown up on the show and talking their truth, but we've learned, Eric, it may not have been the truth. Come on now. And so
you preach now, bro.
So now Katt Williams, he woke up out of bed, gets on the phone, I'm on my way. Okay. Right? And so that's where we land this past week with these two brothers having a conversation that is over 2.5 hours long.
Right. And we sat there every minute of it, me and my kids.
Leaned in.
We're just spellbound.
Laser focused. Right? My question, Eric, to you, if this was your platform and you had a guest that came in, sat down, you served them snacks and beverages.
Mm-hmm.
And as you were prepping, the conversation, they just jumped in and started dumping.
Right.
What's your process of navigating that conversation, keeping connected to the guest such that they don't themselves get emotionally hijacked, right?
Yep.
And may share some things. Before you answer, because in the interview earlier on, Katt Williams was sharing a timeline, right? I believe he knew the truth, but the dates, the timeline was off, right? 2018, it was really 1998, 1999. And so you had a person off screen confirm.
Right.
He's like, no, Comic View was before this, right? And so that was managing him.
Right.
So what do you do? How would you approach?
Well, first of all, let me respond to what you're saying about what he did. And I think that was masterful. So Shannon Sharp doesn't have a heavy hand on trying to overmanage your story. So he lets you tell your story. But he's letting the audience know that if you're somehow saying some wild, outlandish things, he's got a team back here that's vetting those things in real time. So you just can't say just anything. He's got a team back here that's vetting things, and if you're honest, then you say, "Oh, okay, I didn't know," but it's not like I was trying to tell a lie. I was off, and you helped me get back on. We're good. But the other thing that maintained our confidence in what we were seeing, Tommie, is the way we saw Katt Williams not just go down any street. In other words, if you said something and you offered it, and at one point Shannon Sharp says, "So you sort of just leave without fear." He said, "No, bro. Time out. Anybody that tells you that they don't have fear is lying. I do have fear." So that was powerful. So a lot of the integrity of Katt Williams was self-contained within the show. In other words, you were looking at what he was saying, what he was agreeing to and not agreeing to, how he would look in the air and pause and think through and process what was being said and then say something that was a truth. Man, and I'll tell you, he also sounded as though, because he kept saying it, I'm not trying to hurt any individual. I'm actually here to set records straight and to try to tell the truth. Now, Tommie, if I'm in the situation as an interview, it depends on what the nature of the show is. If the nature of the show is one thing and then you start going off on different people, I'm probably trying to redirect us. But if I got a show like Shannon Sharpe had, and my platform says that everybody gets to tell their truth, I think it's an honorable thing to do that. Shannon Sharpe was so intellectually and emotional, in terms of emotional intelligence, ready to handle that interview that you can fully imagine that he will retain the level of relationships that he has with all the people.
Absolutely.
That kept him.
Yeah, that is a great point. That's a great point, Eric.